Hello, Honors Geometry students. This is the second video on pyramids. Yesterday we covered more on square pyramids. Today we'll be focusing more on triangular pyramids. Before we even start the lesson, I want to mention, yesterday, with those square pyramids, the height we know is perpendicular to the base. And then there was that slant height. Often to find this segment, I'm going to mark in yellow. We would take half of whatever the side length was. So if the side length was 10, this yellow segment was 5. Today, do not assume that the height bisects the side length. That is not the case for a triangular pyramid. In fact, for a triangular pyramid, the height intersects the base at the centroid. And we did learn that term a while ago, but to remind you, the centroid of a triangle is the point where the three medians intersect. And there is this centroid theorem that stated that the length from the vertex to the centroid was 2/3 the length of the whole median. And by extension, that also would mean that the length from the centroid to the midpoint of the opposite side, in this case OE, would be 1/3 of the whole median AE. So once again, let's just go through each one. From C to O is 2/3 CD, which means from O to D is 1/3 the whole median CD. And lastly, from the vertex B to the centroid O is 2/3 the whole median BF, which means from O to F is 1/3 the whole median BF. We will be using an extension of the centroid theorem when we're trying to find the height of our regular triangular prism, which will help us in finding the volume. Here's the first example. It says each edge of the regular pyramid, note that the base is a triangle, below is 6 centimeters. That means that each base edge is 6 centimeters and each lateral edge is 6 centimeters. Let's pause for a moment. We know that the pyramid here is regular, meaning its base is equilateral and equiangular. That means all of the base edges are 6 centimeters. But we also know it said each edge is 6 centimeters. That's referring to the lateral edges. So that means that my lateral edges here, for instance, VZ, VY, and then its connecting base edge, YZ, are also 6 by 6 by 6. Why is this important? Because it means that all of the faces, whether we're talking about a base or a lateral face, are all congruent. And the reason that's important is because when I'm finding the area of the base, I'm really also finding the area of a lateral face. So in these type of examples, when we have a regular triangular pyramid, I'm actually not going to follow the formula. I'm just going to use the concept. So let's look a little bit more at that base or lateral face. I know I'm going to need to find the area of just one triangle to start with. And so we said this was a regular triangle. That means it's equiangular, and 180 divided by 3 is 60. So all of those angles are 60. I know looking ahead, if I'm going to find the area of this triangle, I'm going to need the base, which I have is 6, but I'm also going to need the height. And so rather than writing 60 in the corner of the third angle, I'm going to write 30 because I know that height is a perpendicular bisector. So now let's look. We have a special right triangle. a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We can use those ratios to help us find the height because that height bisected the base of 6, which means that from here to here would be 3. And that is the short leg across from 30. So that means that my height is going to be 3 radical 3. So now I have my base, I have my height. I can go ahead and find the area of this triangular base. And so the base of the triangle is 6, the height of the triangle is 3 radical 3, and my area then would be 6 times 3, or 18, divided by 2, 9, times radical 3, and obviously whatever the units are squared. So now we can pretty easily find surface area because I know my base area, I just found it, and then I know that I have 3 other congruent faces. And so my surface area, in this case, where all of the faces are congruent to the base, is just going to be 4 times my answer for area of base, which was 9 radical 3, and 4 times 9 is 36. My surface area is 36 radical 3, what are the units? Centimeters squared. And now let's set up our volume formula. We know the volume of a pyramid is 1/3 times area of the base times the height. And I'm talking about the height of the overall pyramid, which would be VO in this case. I don't yet know that. I do know area of the base. Now the height is not as simple as you'd think to find. So let me start here. Point O, as I mentioned in the previous slide, is the centroid of this triangle. Okay, so if I knew the length of segment XM, that could somewhat help me to eventually find the height, because where I'm going with this is we will be taking a look at this triangle and using Pythagorean theorem at the end, which will help us find the height. So bear with me here, but please first take a look at segment XM. Well, segment XM, mind you, is the height of the base. We found that already. That's 3 radical 3. Now, if point O is the centroid, then that means segment OM is 1/3 of segment XM. Or in other words, the length of OM would be 1/3 of 3 radical 3. And 1/3 of 3 is 1, so that means that OM is simply radical 3. Let's write that in the picture. Okay, radical 3 is going to be OM. And then for the next part, believe it or not, we actually know the length of VM because that is the slant height. And in this case, we said the base and lateral faces are all congruent. So the slant height would be the height of one of those, which we found earlier to be 3 radical 3. So let's label that in our picture as well. Now we can use Pythagorean theorem to find the length of H. And just a few things about radicals. Remember, radical 3 squared would simply be 3 because it's radical 9, which equals 3. To square 3 radical 3 squared, we'll first square 3 and we get 9, then square radical 3 and we get 3. We multiply those together to get 27. So we have h squared plus 3 equals 27, or h squared equals 24. And we would take the square root of both sides to isolate h. And there is a perfect square that goes into 24. It's 4. It goes in 6 times. So h is 2 radical 6. Now we can substitute this into the height of our volume formula, and from here it's smooth sailing. So we have volume equals a third times area of the base, remember, was 9 radical 3, and the height we just found was 2 radical 6. And just in case you don't really remember how to multiply radicals, we're going to multiply everything outside the radical first. So a third times 9, 3, times 2, 6, separate from what's inside the radical. Radical 3 times radical 6 is radical 18. Now we want to break that down to its perfect square factors. That gives us 3 radical 2, drop down your 6, multiply what's in front, and we get our final answer for volume is 18 radical 2 centimeters cubed. I'll zoom out in case you kind of want to see it all together. So these aren't easy and they're a lot of work, and that's okay. All right, this second example is very similar to the previous. We want to find the surface area and volume of the regular triangular pyramid. Remember that this means that your base and all of your lateral faces are congruent triangles. So let's just draw one of them and break down all the pieces. We do know that each edge has a measure of 12 centimeters. So let's go ahead and label that in the picture first. Next, since we're given this is a regular pyramid, we know that this triangle is equiangular. And when the height is formed, it bisects the angle and the side. We now see that we have a special right triangle formed, a 30, 60, 90 triangle. We can use those ratios to help us find the height. So we are given the short leg across from 30 degrees is 6. To go from short leg to long leg, we simply multiply by radical 3. So h is 6 radical 3. Now that we have the base, 12, and the height, 6 radical 3, we can substitute that into the area formula to find the area of a base or a lateral face. In other words, we know that the area of a base or a lateral face is 36 radical 3 centimeters squared. And now let's zoom out, go back to what the problem was asking of us. Ultimately, we're supposed to find the surface area and the volume. So we know the surface area is really going to be 4 of these congruent triangles. So in other words, 4 times 36 radical 3. And 4 times 36 is 144. Therefore, the surface area is 144 radical 3 centimeters squared. Since our formula for volume is a third area of the base times the height, we need to find the height. And remember, our height is right here in our picture. We will eventually use Pythagorean theorem. So to find this green highlighted segment, I'm going to remind you that the height of the base is 6 radical 3, which means that the green highlighted segment I just wrote down would be a third of 6 radical 3 according to the Centroid Theorem. And a third of 6 is 2, so that's really 2 radical 3. I also will remind you that because the base and lateral faces are congruent, when I found the height of one of those singular triangles, that's really the same thing as slant height. Which means that we also know the length of the other side of that triangle is 6 radical 3. And now we have enough information to substitute this into the Pythagorean theorem, find the height, therefore find the volume. So our setup would be h squared plus 2 radical 3 squared equals 6 radical 3 squared. And h squared is just h squared. 2 radical 3 squared is really going to be 4 times 3, or 12. 6 radical 3 squared is really going to be 36 times 3, or 108. And 108 minus 12 gives me 96. So I just need to take the square root of both sides, find a perfect square factor, which is 16, and it goes in 6 times. So in other words, this is 4 radical 6 for the height of my pyramid. Now let's substitute that into volume. Okay. So now I have volume equals 1/3 times area of base was 36 radical 3, and height was 4 radical 6. Ignore all this stuff. And 1/3 times 36 times 4 gives me 48. Radical 3 times radical 6 gives me radical 18. The perfect square that goes into 18 is 9. So that's really 3 radical 2 times 48, or 144 radical 2. And don't forget your units, so that would be centimeters cubed. All right, I hope that this helps you guys, and have a wonderful day.